glitch.
Intelligently growing at this is Filburn Agricultural Systems property.
Never ever go outside the city walls after sun.
So they check the cargo.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Oshtars.
Hey.
That's why. Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the settled systems. And they like to use old abandoned facilities as outposts.
These Rangers are some hard-blooded.
We got a lot of bars in the city, all class Germans. Well, except that.
Might be hard work, but it's really an honor to be able to help out.
It's the simple things that bring joy.
Might not be the biggest selection in town, but our liquor gets the job done as well as any. Guarantee you that.
I'm busy. Leave me alone.
You could put them in a home. Send them to some backwater planet with a Roman numeral.
Hi. Please feel free to have a look around. It's the reason I started this place. Oh, are you a friend of Sam Coe? I do so hope you both appreciate the museum. It's about his family, after all. Very well. People are proud of their history here, so we get more visitors than I was expecting. So it gets pretty busy here, especially with school field trips. Akila City was founded over 150 years ago by Solomon Coe, a scientist and explorer from Earth. Along with other settlers, Coe built the structures you see in the part of the city we call the core. Those proud buildings still stand today. The planet was dangerous, so they built a wall around their settlement. Eventually, they ran out of space and started building outside the wall. Certainly. Most people know Solomon Coe as the founder of Akila City and the father of the Freestar Collective. He was an astrophysicist who lived on Earth in a place called Wyoming. Solomon was born around the time people first started living in space. Later in life, he designed starships, and when Earth was in peril, those ships helped to save humanity by taking them to new homes in the stars. Absolutely. During the Great Exodus, Solomon came to this world. He named our star Cheyenne, which was also a place on Earth, and gave Akila its name too. He and some others built the settlement that would go on to become Akila City, and his descendants still live here today. There are some things I would kill to have. I mean, wait, not literally, but I would pay a lot for. You see, the Coe family lost a treasure trove of old historic documents, and those documents would be...
Those old things.
Well, all of them were owned by our city's founder, Solomon Coe. He's more than that, really. He's one of the greatest heroes of the settled systems. These documents would be, like I said, priceless to the museum and to our guests. I'll pay far more than anyone else would, that's for certain. Jacob Coe and I have talked at length, and his great-grandfather was a troubled man. He sold off various historic documents to cover debts. They could be anywhere.
Troubled is a charitable way of putting it. Great-grandpa was a walking disaster. He almost lost everything, family estate included. Those documents she's talking about, they're real. We even have a few that survived.
Your father donated what was left to the museum.
Jacob did what? I didn't think charity was in his vocabulary.
If you find any of that trove of documents, I will pay dearly for it. It probably is. Think of the future generations that could benefit. Let me see. Oh dear Lord. It's real. It still exists. This is the original charter for Akila City. And you can see their signatures. This is really the birth of the Freestar Collective. The core philosophy of limited government and inalienable rights. All here. Thank you. If you find anything else, please come back. That is not something I expected to hear. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late. A lot of that these days. You do what you have to, I suppose. But I can't see myself taking jobs from the UC.
Hey, I get it, but we have to collectively let go of this feud with the UC. And besides, this is really just about a tree and someone who is really, really attached to it.
Are you defending the UC? I must say, I expected more from a Coe. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized, nor particularly inclined, to release. That includes 100-year-old tree. Sorry, but it's staying in storage. Artifacts that date all the way back to the time of Solomon Coe himself.
Did I hear snoring?
Welcome Welcome to the Co-Heritage Museum. I offer a brief tour, and I'm happy to discuss the city's history as well. I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question. Go on. Keep asking. I still won't hand it over. I guess I don't want to impede anything important. Easy. We're just talking, right? I can't believe I'm doing this. Please return it in one piece.
My husband. I think he would have liked what I've done here. He so loved books. Feel free to read. This is a haven for all that love letters. Movies, slates, theater. But books? You can get a window to mankind in its earliest days. Or the actual thoughts of Julius Caesar penned in his own hands. And they offer visions of the future and wonderfully impossible things. So... Yes, we loved to travel. Most of what you see here are mementos. But books are not meant to be hoarded. They're meant to be shared. Let's see.
Yeah, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
Rock might have some work for someone like you.
Listen,
Nobody's allowed outside the city walls after nightfall.
Sure, Laredo makes some good guns, but if you want to range and...
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am...
Escape trajectory plotted.
Apogee complete. We're in orbit.
Atlantis. Please enjoy your visit to Jemison.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always by. Kiosk right here for you.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for me. Not right now, but John Tuala over at Must might. I hear they're looking for new recruits to join the Vanguard. Let me know if you have any questions.
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot.
Akila City has what we need.
That
Have you
tree's
paid
as
a
big
visit
as
to
a
Miss
rock.
Castler in Akila City? Yes, of course. I'll see that it is returned to her in one piece. Well, perhaps minus a few shavings. Now, I just need a moment to analyze this. Right, so we'll feed in a sample. Now the program will incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the sample, extrapolating the size and structure of the original tree. This was put together rather hastily, so complete accuracy is impossible. There it is. Our best hope for a positive solution to this mess. So, we now have a simulated response to our tree. All that's left is to play it. Oh, I'm quite certain you couldn't achieve the necessary register. Far too low for human vocal cords. I've been forced to listen to this SSNN kiosk chatter incessantly this entire time. I think it could be put to better use. We don't have time to go through the proper channels, but if you can find a terminal and get this uploaded into their system, it might do the trick. I have no doubt that you will.
Lives get stuffy sometimes.
Ron Hope is dead. Visitor, Dustin, and member of the Green.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. I hope we have what you need. Back to it then. Welcome to UC Distribution. Yes, of course. Please, take a look. You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
You have a new story for me? I'm very happy. You have another story for me? Well, you've already helped me with that. I've gotten some good scoops off of you, and I won't forget it anytime soon. Okay. I think you're going to have to give me a little more information. Because right now, this sounds like the sort of thing that could get me fired, and possibly land me in jail for treason and/or terrorism. Well, now this just sounds like a practical joke. But you've been a reliable source so far. All right, I'll do it. But if I lose my job over this, I promise you, I will come after you. I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked. Would you really? I'd owe you big time if you did. You've been a huge help on my other stories. I'm sure you'd do great. Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's House, Henrik Zoran at Apex Electronics, and Nurse O'Shea from the Medbay. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on how their businesses are doing, and how things are in the well. I really can't thank you enough.
already seeing reductions in the strength of the vibrations. The tree is calming down. I can hardly believe that worked. I don't know. We've been in uncharted territory this whole time. That doesn't stop now. With the immediate crisis hopefully over, I can slow down and review everything we've learned. And certainly, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on our friend going forward. And you have saved this tree and advanced our scientific knowledge of our environment. Noble work across the board. You have my gratitude and that of every citizen in New Atlantis, though they don't know it.
Keeper Akila. Delivered what was by all accounts a passionate and moving sermon on greed and the responsibility of the land.
Any day you make it through is a victory in my book. I'd appreciate, after our last talk, Cora's grandpa, good old Jacob, and that's complicated. Good to know I'm not alone thinking. My early years, my mother died when I was 7. Me, I mean... Oh, it's all right. So, Jacob raised me on his own, and... I mean, I know how tough it is. Dad was a longtime civil. You know me too well, but I tried. He said I had to learn the business. Meanwhile, he's working some angle for a government job for me after. I know, right? Even after I was with the Rangers. By then, I knew myself more. If I let Jacob into Cora's life, he'll dream up some big future for her, and... So, set up some ground rules, like you said. I don't think it would work. Guess I got more to think about.
I've got limited resources. I try not to turn anyone away just because they're... We're doing the best we can here. That's all we can ever do. Okay. What? Good lord. How'd you even... We'll do some cleaning. Take a nice, deep... There you go. More or less good as new. We're no Reliant Medical down.
They had a break.
A journalist? That's a surprise. Most people don't think anything that goes on in the well is worth writing about. I'd be happy to help if I... Things are always rough at the med bay. I'm the closest thing to it. The last few weeks have been especially bad. There's some kind of infection going around. It just breaks my heart to see. Oh, you're sweet to offer. There might be something you can do, if you're willing. Let's chat again when you have some time. All right, dear. You let me know if there's an...
It's a great shop, isn't it?
No lawyering, okay? I don't have the patience for it. A reporter. Fine, but I'm only talking base. Door's still open, isn't it? Sorry if you were hoping for something more. Great! Now why don't you help me out and buy something? Ice cream.
Always nice to
Everyone's
see a fresh
welcome,
face
so long as you
around
keep your
here.
hands to yourself.
You stop in
Understand?
whenever you'd like.
No causing trouble in here.
Absolutely. I'm sure my mom would be proud to have the place featured in an article. What's up?
Business is steady, as usual. We don't tolerate violence or disrespect, so a lot of folks like to spend time here.
The only thing that's worrying me is a new group of customers I've seen hanging around lately. They've been watching the UC surplus store pretty closely.
I have a bad feeling they might be planning something.
Case House has a reputation as a safe place. I don't want to be associated with that kind of thing.
Honestly, I'd really appreciate that.
I'd feel terrible if something happened and I hadn't done anything to try to stop it.
Why don't you come by when you have some spare time? And we'll talk it out.
Great. Let me know when the article comes out, will you? I'd like to read it.
Do you know why this place has stood for so long? I make sure everyone's comfy. I tell it like it is, and I don't take any shit.
No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Anything else?
To charge you for a DP, an A&B, B&E, or heaven forbid, an MS. And at least then we wouldn't have to worry about a VOP.
You have that look in your eye. What's the scoop? My source is back. Hey, that's great. Thanks so much. Did everything go all right? Glad to hear it. I'm looking forward. I can't thank you enough for helping me out. I'll send you a copy of the story if it gets published. There's nothing like... Dear Lord, everyone wants to know about Baron. He's way too damn cozy with the UC, and my biggest beef with him is he's credited with everything he reports, and he doesn't lift a finger to correct that impression. Next time, then. You talk and get paid. We're short-staffed, overworked, and trying to not to mention there's a constant battle with the powers that be to maintain... So, things are... back to the grind.
tiny for you in operations.
Docking complete.
Hello, Captain.
The fleet started this war. We're gonna finish it. Everyone's saying this is it. The final battle's coming.
I'd hate to be the one who let that scout get away. The guild's probably killed her.
Scouts are renegade. That's right, Renegade. Looks like I'll be your wingman for the attack on Battery Alpha. I heard you got some moves. I'm looking forward to seeing your bird in action. See ya.
Damn fleet scouts popped up right when you jumped in.
The fleet have done a lot of harm. Now we bring the harm to them.
What is
Questions?
it? I have a battle plan to prep. Anything else? We'll secure it here for now, but eventually we'll be bringing it back to mast. And as for what happens to the money itself, that really isn't up to me. It's up to my superiors. They'll make sure it's sent to the right place. Simple, really. I've never been able to convince the top brass just how much of a threat the Crimson Fleet has been to the settled systems. Until now. Even with Krix's legacy in our hands, the fact that the enemy came this close to having that much money at their disposal changed their minds. With the support ships the UC sent us, now we have a chance to take out those defensive batteries and get close to the key. Watch yourself out there.
The commander's briefing wasn't clear. Far enough you need to grav jump. I assume the fleet moved the batteries in order to have maximum coverage for any possible approach. I'd be willing to bet they shipped their track too, so we have a difficult time zeroing in on them. Actually, the batteries were part of the key's original design. The UC built them to bolster the key's defenses. They were worried about an outside attempt to free the prisoners, as opposed to an escape from below. Since the Crimson Fleet is now using them to target the Vigilance, they're basically turning our own weapon against us. Excellent. Let me have it, and I'll upload it to our database. That's a hell of a story. I still can't believe Krix ended up being marooned on the Legacy. All that wealth, and the only thing he could do was stare at it. Can you imagine? I almost feel bad for him. Must have driven the guy crazy. Any other fragments? Okay, fine. I know there's more out there, so keep on it. We're almost at the end of this damn thing. Be careful.
Shouldn't you be heading back to your ship?
Let's put an end to this pirates. Time to show these pirates how Sistef does things.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Clamps released.
east. Must have been a good journey. We're still in one
Clear to be
piece.
scanned for contraband. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose your chunks.
Keep it moving.
I am not a stock. If you want to buy something, I'm sure Amoli can assist you. I have work to do.
There's a bit more in the back if you're not seeing something on display.
You look like someone who has many stories to tell. Your poise. Your stat. Ah, the usual things, I suppose. I'm only joking, of course. I've actually been fortunate to call New Atlantis home for many years. For a collector, like myself, I do believe there's no better place in all. I've been charmed to make the acquaintance of many fellow old Earth enthusiasts here in New Atlantis. And that is why I continue to stay. Me? Why, to be frank, I don't do much. Not anymore, at least. And that suits me just fine. Yes. I now live to collect artifacts from Earth. You see, every artifact tells a story. Even spoon. People laugh at me when they see I collect old Earth spoons. But think about it, friend. Spoons.
Everyone's welcome, so long as no shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Nothing else. Would you? I'd really appreciate it. I saw them hanging around the UC surplus. They sure looked suspicious to me. That's not how I want this handled. Kay's place is the only safe haven in the well. I can't condone, if anyone's going to handle them, but I have to be sure they're up to something before I get the authorities involved. I don't want to get anyone on security's bad side for no. Why don't you do a little sleuthing for me? Maybe you'll have better luck eavesdropping on them than I did. We can decide what to do once we figure out if...
It's nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in whenever you'd like.
I don't know, Isaac. Seems like a tough joint to crack. Nah, that's just what they want you to think, Louis. You see UC security around here? No, but nothing. I say we strike while the iron's hot. I got a feeling that goody two-shoes at Kay's place is gonna rat us out.
She was giving us some serious side-eye last time we were in there.
See? No time like the present. We'll do it tonight. It'll be fine, trust me. We'll be in and out in time to make last call at Jake's. If we can make this happen, we'll be real big shots around here. That's a pretty big if. Hey, I thought you were on my side.
You ask me, the real new Atlantis is down here. Stuff comes in credits.
If you haven't, make sure you say hello to Mom. Damn. I was hoping I had it wrong. I guess that settles it. We have to get the authorities involved before they can go through with the robbery. You should take this straight to Officer Endler at the security office. If he gives you a hard time, tell him I sent you to make the report. That'll get him on your side. Thanks. Let me know.
Everything good? We're here to help.
Something I can... Well, that's what we're here for. What's going on? The UC surplus. You sure about that? It's been a long time since someone was stupid enough to rob that place. That's so. Nobody in the well's more reliable than Teresa. If she says there's a problem, I believe it. You can tell her I'm personally looking into it. That should ease her mind. Those thieves won't be so cocky with security on patrol.
That was quick. How'd things go with Officer Endler? Don't take it personally. Endler's not usually one to trust strangers. That's why I told you to use my name if he gave you any trouble. I'm glad you were able to talk him into it. Thanks for your help with this. I feel a lot better knowing security's on patrol down there. Mom, that's Kay, gets all the credit. Started making sure people felt welcome back when I was... She had one rule. No causing trouble. Everyone abided by it. But their differences... After a few years of feeding so many mouths, we needed extra credits to stay afloat. Didn't mean for this to turn into a business, but here we are. If folks are willing to pay a little to have someplace to feel safe and get a decent meal, well then, we'll sure take it.
don't know if I can ever live in a place like this. Wait to visit.
Apply today at the nearest kiosk.
Another derelict bucket.
And you'll enter a world unlike any other.
Welcome to Sick Heart's Outfitters. If you don't see what you need, feel free to ask. Yes, I'm aware of James's objections. That's partly why I don't... But if I don't pay Dexler, I'll lose my business. And what good for joining the Alliance? So, really, I don't have a choice here. If they want to fight Neon Security, they can. Easy for him to say. He doesn't... If I don't pay Dexler, I might lose my inventory. And why is that? So you really believe the Merchants Alliance can stand up to Dexler? Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to dismiss it. Okay, you've convinced me. I will stop paying Dexler his safety assurance fee. And tell the Newells I will come to the next meeting. Maybe I will even bring some beverages and snacks. You can't stand up to Neon Security on an empty stomach.
Today to become part of the most advanced technology corporation in the settled system.
Euro lamps? Oh yeah.
Hey there. Welcome to Newell's. If you have a moment, say hello to my wife, Rosa.
Well, I'll be. And all you had to do was... talk to him? I don't doubt it. Like trying to wipe the slime off a...
Oh, let it go, hon. If Sieghart says...
Yeah, I guess you got a point. Thanks for your help on this. The Merchants Alliance is finally united. I don't know if we'll ever get a fair shake in the city, but it's a start.
Adams is looking for someone discreet for a job. Apparently, I don't qualify.
Housing here is so expensive. Pretty soon I'm gonna...
Benjamin Bay is so not compensating for anything. Egomaniac.
Mobile security of the 3-star Rangers surrounded the bank.